How's it going, guys? And welcome back. Hope you're doing well. So today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over why I think you should give Spiral Thrust a shot. Now, before we do, I do like to do unscripted content. So if it does get a little long-winded, I will post the chapters down below. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So Spiral Thrust. The majority of spear enjoyers will probably already be using this for good reason, right? So with the first ability here, it's just a quick charge your spear, boom, hit spiral thrust. The next tier, you can actually charge the skill itself, which uses one additional fury point or spirit point, which gives you more damage. We don't really care very much about the increased poise because again, we don't really want to get hit, right? It's kind of not the highlight here, but we get more damage and we use an additional spirit point. And now lastly, with this second tier, we get even more damage if using the skill against exhausted enemies or enemies right after we use our brutal attack on them. Now the last tier, using Spiral Thrust at its maximum charge gives you a lot of range and you deal guard penetration damage. The biggest thing with the last tier here is the range. It is a really good gap closer. Now, before I get into kind of when to use it, I personally, and I stated this in an earlier video, I prefer myself personally only using the initial charge just because, and again, this is just my personal preference, it is a lot faster. Even with all three upgrades in the skill, so you can see additional levels in the skill give you increased charge speed. Even with the maxed charge speed, the charge is still kind of slower than I personally would like it to be. And so keep in mind though also, if you have it fully upgraded, what you can do is you can still use it uncharged, right? So if I want to use it uncharged, you just tap whatever input that you have and you can still use it uncharged. That way at least you can have the option to use it, right? Then you can just use it uncharged, or you have the option to really charge it up, get that damage in there against an exhausted enemy or whatever you need. Me personally, again, and I don't want there to be any type of, there's no like quote tech or anything to not using it charged. Ideally, like the most efficient usage of the skill is using it charged and using it against an exhausted enemy, right? Or a recently brutal attacked enemy, right? That is efficient usage, the most efficient. But me personally, again, just my personal preference, I like using it uncharged just for a speedy spirit skill in a combo because it looks flashy and above all else, it's fun, right? And I'm here to have fun. So, but I did want that to be said. Efficient usage, you're going to fully charge it and use it against an exhausted enemy or recently brutal attacked enemy. And again, having it fully leveled up, you have the option available to use. You can still use it uncharged or you can fully charge it. Now, what I like to do as well, and I showcased this here, if you're fully charging it, if you use it paired with shadow reversal, right? So you see when you shadow reversal an enemy, you see how they become staggered a little bit, right? They're kind of stumbling away from you. A really good option is you could use it here, right? So you can shadow reversal someone and then you can charge it as they're stumbling away and you can get some really nice backstab damage in there. Now, it is fury or spirit inefficient that way, right? It's kind of it's going to deal good damage. So if you need to exhaust your enemy or something like that, it's a good option. But it's also a good option to get just to really get some damage in there. But I like to use it after trance, and then I'll shadow reversal, and then I will use spiral thrust. So remember, paired with trance, the second tier, okay, and this is going to really help when you put these things together, manage your spirit when you're using spear, because spear is pretty balanced as far as, when you're fighting an opponent, being you need to manage both of your resources pretty evenly, right? So a lot of your attacks can come from spirit, and that helps you bridge your attacks and keep that combo going. But also you need to worry about your stamina. So to help with the spirit management portion, the second tier of trance. So when we use trance, gradually recover 0.5 fury when trance strikes an enemy. So you hit trance, you strike the enemy, you're going to recover half. Because remember, trance uses 1 spirit point, so you're going to recover half of that already. Then recover half of the fury consumed for the following spirit skill. So remember, if we fully charge Spiral Thrust, it's going to be using 2 spirit points, or 2 fury charges. So if we hit trance and it hits our enemy, and then we hit a fully charged Spiral Thrust, that's 3 spirit points total, but we're going to recover 0.5 from trance. Then we're going to be then we're going to be recovering 1, which is half of our 2 spent spirit points for Spiral Thrust. So hitting trance and then Spiral Thrust is going to give you a lot of damage, and you're going to be recovering 1.5 spirit, so half of the total spirit that you used. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm getting a little under the weather, but so trance is a very crucial component to any spirit skill you're going to use with spear. And another spirit skill after Image Thrust, I'm going to do another video on this, but this is another one where you can use 2 spirit points. Ideally, you want to use that after trance, right? Because it's going to let you recover spirit and continue attacking, continue building spirit, regenerating that spirit through your other skills, right? So then that, guys, really that is the main way that I like to use Spiral Thrust, right? And I personally like to use it, just to recap, I personally like to use it the vast majority of the time, just uncharged for a quick Spiral Thrust, and then into trance or trance Spiral Thrust, right? But efficient usage, definitely charge that bad boy up, and if you can, use it after trance to help you recover that spirit. But also another one, again, you can use it, a good opportunity to use it because your enemy will be staggered, is after Shadow Reversal when they are stumbling away from you. Now, I do showcase this here quite a bit in our fights, and I have 4 fights for you. One with Reese, one with Bringkus, one with Aratra, and then one with Keshta. So have a good variety of enemies, good variety of speeds, attack speeds as well. So I hope that you enjoy it. Other than that, guys, before we get into the fights, I have news for a future video. I'm hoping you guys might enjoy. I'm going to make a series, hopefully titled "Teaching My Wife to Be a Better Khazan Player Than I Am." So do me a favor. She's leaning towards spear to start her runs. It's going to be a lot of editing for me, and hopefully my editing skills will improve. But she's leaning towards spear. If you think that that's a good idea, do me a favor. Just give me your thoughts in the comments. I'd be excited to see if you agree or not, or just maybe your suggestions on where she should start for a brand new player. She does play games, but she doesn't really play Souls games, so I'm excited for her to play. I don't know, my personal opinion, I think Greatsword might be easier to pick up for her because it's a lot of guarding, but I don't know. I have to think about it a little more. But she's leaning towards spear, so let me know what you guys think. Other than that, yeah, that's it for Spiral Thrust, and I hope you guys enjoy the fights, and I will see you in the next one.
strength. Prove to me you're worthy.